What's the ideal number of ready-to-transact leads over the next 90 days you should have in your pipeline? I'm going to break down the math and the variables that get you to the math that's going to make sense for you next. So make sure to subscribe to the channel here. If you like what you hear, you get some value out of this video. And if you want to stay updated, click on the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call with our team to talk about your career and how to have business planning like this as part of your regular routine, click on the link in the comments. So a lot of agents, they always want to talk about, I got to build my pipeline. I got to build my pipeline. Gotta build is not a goal. Goals are specific and measurable, and they have to be tied to math in order to be specific and measurable, right? So the number of hot leads, and hot really means over the next 90 days they're ready to transact, that every agent should have, in my view, is somewhere between 35 and 50. And that's a lot more than most people are used to carrying. And the reason for that is that you got these 35 to 50 people. Let's say 10 are your focus for the next 30 days. Assuming you're a full-time agent, you're driven, you're committed, and you want to sell 2 homes a month, right? That's kind of the premise here. So you have to have a higher number than you plan on converting because things will happen, right? There's going to be some people that pick another agent. They're not going to work with you. So that's one. They may not like you when they meet you. So that's going to eliminate a portion of that 35 to 50. Number two, they might change their mind and not move, right? So that's going to take some people out of that equation. The third is their motivation wasn't there in the first place. They like the idea of moving, and they're not strongly compelled, or they found a one-off home that got them excited. And that leaves a handful left that you're actually going to be able to convert. Because when you look at lead conversion in general, if you can get plus 5% on any conversion ratio, you're doing pretty well. That's a great number to look at. So you got 35 to 50, and you're looking to get 2 a month, let's say. Well, 5% of 50, it's 2.5. It's kind of right there. And everyone's skills are going to be different. These leads are going to be a little different. These people you're talking to are going to be a little bit different. So you want to have a number that's translatable into seeing the number of sales that you want to happen on a monthly basis. So that's how you get to the math. So how do you build that number up, right? So again, you're looking for 35 to 50 here. Building the number up. Number one, talk to people every day to get to the 35 to 50. And that means having a conversation with them over the phone. Texts and emails are going to create reactions. Phone calls are going to create conversations. You can ask more questions, find out what's important to them about making a move, handle objections, get clear on their goals, because that's the reason they're moving in the first place instead of yours, and that's going to go a long way. So you want to have a daily time block where you're talking to these people, and the first time block is talking to new people, right? The second time block, and this is number 2, is going to be following up with the ones you've already spoken to, giving them information, educating them about the market, bringing value, and showing them they have your attention and you're there to guide them through the process. The biggest complaint we hear about real estate agents is they don't keep in touch with people. So when you don't do that, the result that you get is people that you thought were going to transact picked another agent, right? That's one of the reasons why we're talking about you need that 35 to 50 number. So you have to have a follow-up daily time block. You have to have a talk to new people time block. Then those top 10, the people that you're really close with, you've done the work, you've had multiple meetings with, you're actively showing homes, you've met with twice at their property, you know they're down the funnel, they're close to making a decision. You've got to have time set aside to work with those ultra white hot folks that are ready to make a decision so you can answer their questions. Their questions are going to be different than the people at the top of the funnel that are maybe have intent but aren't quite ready yet, or you haven't done enough follow-up with them, or don't have enough qualifying with them. So they have to have a different prioritization. So now you've got 3 different buckets that you're working during different times of the day. And then fourth, make sure you're treating this like a fantasy football roster. So if you don't play fantasy football, don't worry about it. I quit years ago. I don't have the time for that. What I do know is that when people no longer are in that mindset to transact, so they picked another agent, they decided they're not going to move, or they just changed their mind and they're done, and the motivation wasn't there in the first place. Those 3 reasons: motivation's not there, they change their mind and are not moving, or they pick another agent. You've got to replace them. Because if you're not constantly working a group of 35 to 50 people that are really ready to transact, and you might have to have a meeting with yourself around, are they really ready to transact? Because I've seen this happen a lot with agents where they think these people are good to go and they're banking on it. They're counting on that sale, and it goes sideways. It blows up their business and blows up their confidence. That hurts the long-term health of your business. So you want to make sure you're constantly replacing these people. This is a little different mindset. As we're entering the spring market, we're in the Northeast, we know there's a lot of homes that sell. You've got to have that list dialed in. Who are your 35 to 50 targets that you're ready to put under agreement? And what 10 are the ones you're looking to do something with in the next 30 days? This is a 90-day list. We're not looking out past that. And you want to do that 90-plus day follow-up as well. Have that number. Go sell houses.